Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Jean here with more Mars artifacts and anomalies. We'll be looking at some mind-blowing similar items that are found on Mars. In this video I call similar sculpted pieces found in Terra Sirenum. The iris photograph we're analyzing is called Olivine-Rich Crater Wall in Terra Sirenum. It was acquired on the 7th of June 2011 at 25 centimeters per pixel, and I'm showing you images I cropped from this JP2 black and white map projected file. There's a look at the low-res black and white and the terrain in which I discovered these artifacts. It looks like Dust Devil Alley. Check it, those multiple black streaks all over the place. So this region is located in the southern hemisphere of Mars, 58.22 degrees south, 190.40 degrees east, and it's in that circular depression in this region called Terra Sirenum. So we'll be taking a look at some of the artifacts surrounding this spot over there towards the end of the video, so do stay tuned for that one. The first anomaly we're looking at is right there, and I've spotted a couple of these on Mars already. We'll have a look at another one shortly. That piece is about 8 meters across, and it's got this rounded shape to it, convex in design, and then these two rounded sides coming up to an apex there on the right. And there's the other one, folks, pristine condition, also about the same size, and it's got this dome-like convex shape to it with the two rounded sides coming up to an apex. It even seems to be mounted to something underneath it. And this is from my video and blog called Huge Bright Disk Spotted on the Plains of Sedalia. And as always, I'm including the links to the original JP2s. Then there's another example. This is from Craft Pillboxes and Scrap in Ulysses Rupes on Mars. It also has this strange design to it. So, compelling evidence, guys and girls. We're looking at possible proof here, undeniable proof that something intelligent was on Mars or is on Mars, and we're looking at the artifacts that they left for us to find. So let me know in the comments below what you guys and girls make of these. There's another disc-like object there, and it's about 8 meters in diameter. Check it, the nicely rounded side of here. The rest of it is partially buried or covered in sand. It's also got this dome-like or convex shape to it. And yeah, folks, I've discovered plenty more on Mars. There's another example. Huge bright disk spotted on the plains of Sedalia. So yeah, it comes from the same JP2 as that strange object I featured first in this video. And there's another bright disk that I found, and this one's from my blog and video called Huge Bright Disk Found on Mars. And that disk is about 12 meters in diameter. So you can see the one well-defined side to it over here. The rest of it's covered in sand, and it's lying up against rather strange objects underneath it. That looks like some type of technology. And it reminds me of the huge stone discs that they discovered in Russia. And there's the link to the original article there. Lots of discs, guys. Go check that one out. There's another partial disc over there, just to the north of that strange object I featured first. And that disc is about 10 meters across. And unfortunately, the way they stitched these two parts of the photograph together, we lost some detail over there. Right, then we're looking at that piece, found many of those already as well, and I'll show you another example of one I discovered besides this one, and that piece there is about 5 meters across, and it's got this strange sort of heart shape to it. So 3 little protrusions or domes over there. And there's the other one. This is from our video and blog post called The Huge Megalithic Blocks of Elysium Planitia on Mars, Part 2. And it also has this sort of heart shape to it. More commonality, more signs of intelligent design perhaps. The signs are pointing us into a direction, I believe. Boulders, rocks, swamp gas, weather balloons, who knows, folks. Right, there's another piece over there, and found lots of these on Mars as well, and it's about 6 meters long, and up close it looks like a fossilized bone again. Very similar to that one from relics west of Pertusa Rupes on Mars, and that piece over there, wreckage, ruins and fish in inverted commas near Real Vallis on Mars, Part 2. I wonder if we're looking at fossilized bones here, guys and girls. Right, another one of these small little triangular objects on a larger base structure. That piece is about 8 meters across, and the little triangle or conical feature on top is about 2 meters per side. And there's some other examples of more that I discovered on Mars. This one over here, another triangle on top of a larger base structure over there, also pointing towards the right. And this is in Euripus Mons on Mars. There's another example over there that looks almost like a sculpted eye. Check out that shape. This is from Mars's Argaea Valley Blocks and Sculptures. A Martian art showcase, I call that one. And there's a similar artifact we'll check out now. Right there. That piece is about 15 meters long and about 8 meters wide. It's also got this strange eye shape to it, or like a boat, hollowed out. And then some strange objects here to the right. You get this larger piece there, like an arch, and then 2 similar ones over there, parallel to this one side. And there's the Eye of Horus, as I call it, from my video and blog, Cydonia 2.0, a Mars MRO epic. Also looks like either a sculpted eye or a boat, with the oars over there, or eyelashes and the eyebrow. So who knows, guys and girls. This was from my video Cydonia 2.0, and George Haas from the Cydonia Institute wrote that paper, which is now published. So do check those videos out that I released just recently. And then many of these as well. Found so many of those. I'm just going to show you this one. Otherwise it's going to take us forever to get through this video, guys. That one there is about 12 meters on that long side and about 10 meters here. Got straight edges, a right angle, and aligned diagonally across it, those 2 objects in a row. And in typical geometric, symmetrical Martian fashion. We've got that triangular shape with the placement of those two larger parts and what looks like a protrusion or dome-like object over there. Here we've got another one of these huge bright objects, and this one's got a little protrusion, dome or sphere on it, and that piece there is about 12 meters across. And right there in its center, again, we've got that protrusion or knob. And then lastly, we're looking at this massive piece over there, which is about 15 to 18 meters long. And pity the way that these two parts of the photograph are stitched together. We lost some detail over here. But it looks like this is like a wing type of design coming out over here. I'd like to see the rest of it over there to the left. A rather unusual piece as well. Let's have a look at these anomalies using Google Earth, and we switch over to Mars and we go down to the location I pinned on the map, and it's in the southern mid-latitudes of Mars in this area called Terra Sirenum. And there's the photograph we checked out. And just briefly, there's a quick look at the anomalies. I did find another one of these. I just couldn't find it in time for this video. That strange heart-shaped design. More common features. I wonder if they are of any cultural or spiritual sort of significance. And also huge blocks with protrusions or knobs on them. There's another disc dome-like object there. So also very common in this region. And then that strange structured item there. Looks very similar to the artifact that I found in, I think it was Stokes crater up in the northern hemisphere. Almost identical to this. That huge wheel or column or piece of column that my friend Saturn Arc discovered with this 5-pointed star on the one side. And then that strange circular object there looks almost like it has a nuclear warning sign on it. Strange wheel-like anomaly, and there's another partial one there. Let's have a look at one or two more anomalies from this region. Check out that strange structure there. Looks like it has a type of welcoming entranceway over here. Check that out, with those two narrow items placed at those angles, with this dome-like part on the top. Nice arch over there. So I found that huge container there with something sticking out of the opening, and then various other megalithic blocks and strange parts. Let's see what else is over here. Oh, those massive blocks. If I can recall, this one's about, that piece there is about 2 kilometers long. This is a massive block. This is from the low-res JPEG, and this one we're looking at there is the high-res photograph of just that little piece over there. and you can see it's a massive, massive megalithic block with a smaller one next to it. And those strange pyramidal structures are found on Mars, and there's an illustration I did of what those look like up close. And also I featured a video not too long ago about similar structures found in Antarctica. So with this type of venting material on the surface. Rather weird. And then there's another disc. Look at the way that there has been carved out of that small little sphere over there in the carved out area. Another one of those objects I featured last in this video, with that wing-like part sticking off to the one side. Check that out. Found another one of these that I'll be showing you in a video that I'll do in the near future. There's another one of those. I wonder if I'll come across that strange heart-shaped object here. Check that out. That disc-like object lying against this very narrow piece sticking out there. Here's another triangle on a larger structure. There looks like a craft. Wow, check these out. Looks like a rectangular opening on that piece. And it's got a raised area there. Check at that parallel line running across there. Huge block with a protrusion or knob on it. Strange bent up metallic type of debris. Got a hole over there. Also found many of those with what look like hatches next to them. There's another hole. Check that out. There's something inside it. It looks like whatever this was covered it. Maybe it was blown apart. Guys, I think I'm going to find that other fossilized thing here. More blown apart slabs. That strange pattern on that object there. Got two triangles and then that line perpendicular to them. It's like some type of strange ankh symbol. A variation of the ankh. There's what looks like another hatch that's covered over there. Well, let me put it that way. It looks like a hole that's been covered in a hatch over there. Another disc. Look at that sphere lying on top of that block. Another megalithic block or slab. I found one of these on Osiris-Rex Bennu asteroid. Check that one out. I think it was my second last video I did. One just before this one. That weird design there. Like an L shape there and another little L shape there. Got a hole in that one. Another one of those letter I symbols. More blocks with protrusions on them. Lots of discs, partially buried. Check at that dome-like structure there, with a hole in it, and that looks like smoke coming out of it. There's that strange shell-like anomaly. There's what looks like a hatch on that thing. Looks very similar to that scarab beetle carving that I featured in previous videos. The alignment and geometry and symmetry there. Another disc dome-like object, and these are all about the same size, folks. The more blocks with hatches or protrusions on them, that looks like a hatch that's open. Two knobs there and two over here. Very similar to those found in South America, right? Okay, one more site. Got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sided symmetrical object there. And on this block, check out those two parallel bevels or ridges there. And a symbol of an eye lying next to a perfect hole that's been drilled into that block. Once I get started, I can't stop, folks. Check at those protrusions or knobs there, arranged in a triangle. And then there's another one of those parts that looks like a hatch lying on top of that rectangular base structure there, and something stuck in the opening. Okay, one more. Metallic type of debris there. Get these straight edges, very sharp edges. Another disc-like object. Check at that. We've got symmetry and geometry here. A straight edge there, straight edge parallel to it on top, a rounded side here to the left on both of those objects. Another disc, and that strange symbol, looks like a symbol, like a T, letter T, on top of that, carved into that. Check at the alignment of those blocks there in a circular pattern around that larger object. And then more megalithic blocks and slabs with protrusions or knobs on them. Get the symmetry going on here, parallel edges. Looks like a type of an opening over here as well. Gee whiz, folks, sorry, I get carried away when I look at these anomalies. I'm connecting more and more dots and finding more and more similarities and uniformity. And I wonder what NASA's going to say one day when they come out with the truth. What are they going to do? We've been showing people all these things all these years. How are they going to defend it? I'd love to hear. So anyways, guys and girls, thank you for watching this one. I hope you liked it. To my new subs, thanks for joining. Welcome on board. And to everyone that participates in the comments below, much appreciated, folks. I read every comment and respond to each and every one when I have time. Might take a day or two, but you'll also find these images over at my blog. I'll include the link in the description of this video below. So thanks again for watching, folks. Take care and be safe in these very trying times. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.